you know, it was all a plan for me to be able to talk to Lenny, and you know, I knew that he liked, what are they called? Transsexuals?
If you say tranny, that's like fucking derogatory, you know.
Yes, you know.
Ladyboy.
He liked ladyboys, and
every red-blooded American man does. They just don't want to admit it.
When you want to get to
That's
somebody, you soften them up with something they like, and I thought, you know, softening Lenny up with a tranny would have worked with him, but once again, we're dealing with Lenny.
Softening things up. Is that a Freudian slip?
Yeah, literally.
Lenny?
He definitely softened things up.
I don't know if it, I think I grabbed a hold of some baclofen, if I wasn't mistaken, and then maybe it had something to do with it, or maybe it was camera shy.
You've never been camera shy.
Well, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
It could have been the tramadol too that you took.
Oh, the tramadol, that's what it was.
Tramadol.
What exactly does it do?
Tramadol's
that's
it's a weak opiate, like it imitates
that's not
opiates.
good. Yeah, that wouldn't. That
No,
probably would have done it. Yeah, that's no good. You don't want that shit.
Yeah, I mean, he's never done it before, and I knew that he was itching a little bit and scratching.
It's also called Ultram, right?
Ultram, I think, is another one.
Yeah.
That wasn't that
I
Dan
was just
Duchesne's
right.
get off Nubane protocol, was Ultram.
Those two they're not even in the same boat. That damn Nubane is from hell. That's straight from the devil.
They gave me Ultram when I hurt my back.
How many were you taking? How much were you taking?
I don't even remember. It was in
Did you
2007.
have trouble getting hard on?
Yeah, but that wasn't because of that. It's because of the fucking hag that I was with.
What was his name? Photos were airbrushed, big time. But that was definitely her, looking at her ass and looking at her body. And I think she's in Boca now with another look with a different name. It's not a bait and switch. I think they changed their name because a lot of guys they always would look for something new, and I think she takes advantage of that. But I think she's currently in Boca, if you look at West Palm Beach Transgender.
So you're following her now?
No, I look at the page every day, and I do need to redeem myself.
My personal opinion is that they're all bait and switches. Every one of them. I've never seen a girl come to my door that I've ordered out of a internet or out of a magazine.
Yeah, they use stock photos.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they're not who they say they are ever.
And they change the price on you too.
Well, she started off with, what was it, $250 or whatever,
Yeah.
and then once we broke out, we're gonna put it on film, we're gonna put it on the internet, and this and that. She's like, I'm not gonna. I need $1,000.
That's like her porn star rate, apparently. Yeah.
So I went to my bedroom and I grabbed her $1,000. I said, all right, let's do this.
Oh,
She probably didn't think you'd pull. She probably didn't think you'd have that
holy
$1,000.
hell.
That's fucking great.
She was probably hoping you didn't have the $1,000.
Yeah, yep.
Exactly.
And at the end, she wanted to fuck me in the ass. That goes a little too far for me. I'm not into that.
With a dick or strap on?
Her own.
With their own dick.
And she was confident she could get hard.
No, what I'm saying, when you say you're not into it with a human dick.
Girl's dick.
Yeah, you put strap-ons up your ass.
Yeah.
Was your dick bigger than a strap-on?
Hold on, you put a strap on up your ass?
Well, somebody put the strap on themselves and put it.
And it worked?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, so you got a strap on up your ass, but you can't fit a dick up your
Mostly
ass?
years ago, but yeah, go figure.
Because Lenny gave you the...
Any advice, maniacs, on how to... Not that I want to, but...
Lenny's like, oh, I can't, I never can get anything up my ass. I'm like, what? Okay.
Unless it's a 12-inch dildo.
Yeah. I never heard that story. I missed that one.
Oh my god. You're a deranged fucking lunatic.
We're here right now because of that. I mean, Lenny's whole life has been chasing celebrity or, being in the light or, being popular or whatever it is. Even dating back to the World Gym days when he was trying to become a professional wrestler, tag team with Andrew. What was that dude's name that was training you? And Sherry was in that whole thing too?
Flex Armstrong. They had a ring at the gym. You remember that when he first came?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
When he quit showing up and he'd take the money though.
And then he went to Shem Bleckler or whatever. What's his name? FAU coach. What was his name?
Yeah.
Schnellenberger?
Schnellenberger.
Yeah.
Him and Andrew showed up there, looked at him and told him to get the fuck out of his office. We don't want these fucking guys in things.
Well, they thought they could just walk on the field.
We thought that they
was their
obviously
plan.
as linemen, which we could have done damage, fucking Kalora squatting 800 pounds at the time. We're power cleaning over 315, muscling up. I mean, who the hell would block anybody out of the fucking stadium? You figure they'd, giving us these fucking dirty looks.
But
how old were you guys at the time?
I was 30, but it wouldn't matter. I had speed. I could move at 400 pounds.
Yeah, but the point is like that's what they've been trying to do. Like he's been trying to do ever since his father. You know, he did
And again, you know,
father issue thing. And now we're here
That was
doing
out of
kind of
my
the same
control.
thing. You know, he's trying to.
But now I'm just trying to get as big as I can. I'm seeing the reason now why my arms and legs. I'm not eating enough. I'm not eating enough sugar. You got to throw fucking. I ate 3 donuts, shut my insulin after my breakfast. I had a pound of steak, went to sleep. I was so drowsy. I woke up. I looked monstrous. Veins popping up.
Yesterday when I dropped those shirts off, you looked.
Because I'm eating junk. Cookies after the meal. I got Dennis Wood said that.
you're also gonna, you know, don't you think you're gonna get fat?
Not on the. I'm on the GH and the MK, which the MK works great. Now, if you're to me, it's like as much food as you can slam down every 3 hours is how big you're going to get when you're on that stuff.
All of it, absolutely. I mean,
it's not even so much the train. The training's the simple part. Break down some fibers. You don't have to be in there all day.
You know, I mean, shit. I mean, you show him a video that I posted, a shitty ass video that I posted for 30 seconds, and he's got 30,000 views up from
Does it now?
Yeah, the one I did on X videos.
Wow. Yeah.
X videos, and you Google Big Lenny.
What about the one on Pornhub?
And that's funny. The Pornhub one, like that isn't me. That wasn't me. That was Piss Lord, who I thought was Genova.
Why you would give that to Genova? I have no idea. You fucking definitely weren't thinking then.
Jason is a piss lord. He's just not the piss lord,
Right.
you know?
I mean, because I go, who's Piss Lord, Lenny? Oh, that's Genova. And I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking of Genova. So
You can't send Jason.
This is what?
shit.
This is through Instagram?
this is through Instagram.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm communicating with the Piss Lord, and I'm going back and forth with him on Instagram, and then he comes out and he's like upset with me. He's like, Lou, do you really think that Genova can do this kind of editing? I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I was told that was you. And he was like, I know he's from Calgary, I think. He's definitely from Canada, and I don't know his name. I don't recall his name, but you know, he was one of the maniacs that did this, you know, second set of videos. And it wasn't
And
Jason.
I saw something online in the Talmud. The Orthodox
In the
Jews, they recommend marrying a 3-year-old girl. It's online.
Marrying her doesn't mean that you have sexual
And
intercourse.
just because it's online doesn't mean it's true. You
Yeah, but
jackass.
there's a certain sect.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes,
Marriage at 3 years old.
Yes, there's
Why
a famous.
the fuck would you even believe
there's a
something
famous
so
rabbi
ridiculous? There's no fucking way.
that approved.
You got to be fucking kidding me. See, once you
I
see
didn't make
something
the
like
rule.
that, you fucking change it and look
Brad,
at something else.
There's everything out there.
But Leonard, come on.
Everything. Look on the internet. People are doing things you wouldn't even dream of.
I mean, I can understand, like, fathers giving their daughter away or whatever in these crazy ass countries and their young kids, but I don't think there's anything going on until the child matures and grows a little bit. I mean, it might be the guy's, the man's
The
right
arranged
to
marriage.
to
Well, I read
arrangement
it,
and stuff,
Brad.
but I mean, dude, it's
I
like
read it.
Just because you read it doesn't mean it's true, you
I saw it on
asshole.
the internet.
Okay, not everything on the internet is fucking true, Leonard. You're such a gullible fuck, so you'll believe anything. That's
When
why you
somebody
can't.
shows
It's unbelievable.
empirical data that it's been going on, and it says it in the text in the Talmud, the translation.
Not everything you see on the internet is true, Leonard. You have to fucking realize that.
I know that, but when you do the research, and you see the
See what happens when you get the smartphone?
Yeah.
how much is
Bad
researching
idea.
data? What was it? Why were you researching children?
Exactly.
I was researching. There was different types
Consensual
of
ages around
there was different
the
types
world.
of pedophilia. I was looking at
Oh,
it.
you're not one of those, are you?
No, I'm talking about
No, but
why
are you
people do
Are you a
it.
pedophile? Are you?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I just want to confirm that. You're being honest about this one, Lenny?
Are you sexually attracted to children?
No.
There you go.
Okay. What's the cutoff point?
Simple answer.
I have
As soon
a
as they're
14-year-old
developed.
daughter. I have a 14-year-old daughter. Be careful.
Lou, wouldn't you rather see a 14-year-old marry and start a family at 16?
Fuck no.
Why
People
not?
shouldn't have kids till
So
they're
you can be a
mid-20s.
feminist? So
No,
you can be a
Leonard, nobody's
feminist?
ready to have a kid at 16 years old.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
All you need to do is cook, clean,
What in
feed
the
the
fuck?
kids. That's how
What
it
the
was
fuck is the
done.
matter with you?
That's how it was done.
You're not mature at that age. I don't give a shit if your body's mature. You're not mentally mature to have a fucking kid at 16. I don't
Yes,
give a
you
shit
are.
who you are. No,
If
you're
it's
not.
done the right
no,
way.
you're fucking not. No, you're
Done
not.
the right way.
Define the right way. What's the right way?
Well, she has a husband that's able to sustain that household, and she's taking care of the family.
Who? Some 18-year-old wet behind the ears jerk off?
Right.
Who's her husband going to
Where
be?
was your head at? I mean,
No, you don't got to.
That's how it used
We
to
don't
be,
even have to get
Brad.
into this. This is insane.
That's how it used to be.
well,
Brad, let me.
you got to change with the times.
Let me ask you a question, Lenny.
That's what the cookie cutters
Let me ask you a
do.
question. Could you do that with a 16-year-old girl?
If I found a nice girl, I would definitely. I'd work 2 jobs, whatever I had to do. As long as
Or would you stop using? Anabolics?
I would take what I call a.
Lenny, all your money
Oh.
goes towards it. Every cent you have goes to food and drugs.
Well,
No
to
shit.
me, a no-brainer is
so how
Yeah.
could you do this?
any man over the age of 40 has to be on at least a replacement dosage of test.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, well,
And I consider a healthy range for health and optimal living is 400, 600 milligrams. I go a little bit above that, but not
a little bit
stop.
above.
You go off test, there goes your manhood.
Lenny,
You want to live to 150.
420,
You want to be
450.
18 forever. That's what it takes. I would do it.
Lenny, you take 2.5 grams.
I'm trying to be a fucking 700 pounds ripped.
You take, but you're never gonna be. But
But I'm thinking that way.
You take 200. You take 2.5 grams a week. That is in the 1 percentile, maybe even less than that in the world.
Boston Lloyd blows me away. Of course, that's nothing. Lou had 2, what was it, samurai swords?
What?
I was attacked with a machete in a crack house before.
Can you go into detail? I just find the story fascinating.
I've had a shotgun put in my stomach before, so I've got a couple of good stories of that. But,
Well, what was then some of the shotgun?
Well, I want to hear the sword story first.
okay, so I was on a run. I was using for a month. I was in the same place on Martin Luther King Boulevard,
I'm shocked.
Using what?
smoking crack.
Does,
How
any,
dare you on Martin Luther King? That's a holy place.
does anything good ever happen in a place called Martin Luther King Boulevard? You know?
Well, keep giving another holiday. How ironic is that?
I've never not been able to find crack cocaine on Martin Luther King Boulevard in my life.
Or hookers or trannies.
But
I should move there.
I was there for I was in the same house for like a month.
How'd the house look?
I could take you there.
It's still in operation.
It was
Take me.
It was like a duplex.
Sick fuck.
It was like a duplex, I think.
Where's that, Boynton?
Boynton, yeah. Dirt floors. Fucking one room was full of stolen.
What do you mean,
bicycles.
floors of dirt?
Like your fucking hovel.
The
Well,
floors.
mine's dirt on the linoleum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if there was. Yeah, I mean, I think there was dirt on the linoleum or whatever.
You want to mop the floor when you're smoking crack, having too much fun.
I mean, like, if you went in one bedroom, there was like a bedroom and it was full, like to the ceiling, with stolen fucking bicycles packed in this room.
Oh my god.
And I had
Anyways.
2 bicycles stolen by me, by the way.
It was probably there.
Wonder who took 'em.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You get your bike back while you go smoke some crack. You go smoke some crack and some dick and get
Those
your bike back.
motherfuckers.
People would bring the stolen bikes and he'd give dime pieces to the people that brought the bikes or whatever. But anyways, so I just spent thousands and thousands of dollars there.
Jesus Christ.
I was a what they call a binge user.
We appreciate the honesty, though. I mean,
Yeah,
so
of
maybe
course.
someone can learn from
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, I was a binge user, and I'm in this crack house, and I'd spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and I was really, I was friends with these people or whatever. I mean, I don't know if you want to call them friends, but
Were
acquaintances.
you the only white guy there?
They would come in and out, but no one would stay there. Like,
Except you.
yeah, they would put me in a room by myself because they were
Fuck it, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna be back in an hour
This is
anyway. I might as well just
paradise.
stay.
And then like I didn't give a fuck. I was like you, Lenny. 'Cause so I understand where you're at in your life. Like not caring if you die or whatever. It's the same sort of association. So I was in there, and like I said, I spent thousands of dollars, and there's something going on outside. Somebody's outside, and somebody left a dime piece of crack on the table. So I picked it up and I put it in the stem and I smoked it. And the guy's name was Jimmy. He was a little skinny black guy, probably weighed 130 pounds. He was the proprietor of the house. I don't know if he owned it, but he rented it or whatever. So I'm in there, and he comes in and he's like, "Who took my crack? Who took my hit?" I was like, "I did." I mean, I just given the guy $10,000 fucking dollars. You know what I mean? At least. So
And what were you weighing at the time?
I was You know, I'm usually around 250, so I was probably down like to 220 at that point from the run. So I don't really disappear a lot. It's weird. I mean, I've had runs where I've got down to 200, but you know, I usually just.
It must have been the run Dale Chance went on when he got so small.
So, anyways, he started flipping out, and I was outside at that point. For some reason, I ended up outside. So there was all this ruckus, and I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, out comes Jimmy. And I really can't because I have two hands, but he's like taking the machetes and going like this. You know, like thinking he's a fucking he's a ninja or something. This motherfucker's coming at me, and I'm like, oh shit! So he came at me and like he was right in front of me, and he went down, and I swear it hit my arm, and nothing happened to me. So it must have been a dull machete or somebody was
probably
somebody was looking out for me or whatever. And I just grabbed the guy and I was holding him in the hug, thinking because I just don't want to get cut with a machete. And then one of his buddies, like this big black dude, came up from behind me and just fucking put me in a chokehold. So I got Jimmy like this, and this guy's fucking wrenching on my neck. And he did a job on my neck pretty good. And then the cops came. And the cops came and they threw me on the ground.
They called the cops on you?
Well, I mean, not on me, but there was all this ruckus outside.
Okay.
Somebody in the neighborhood called the cops. And this is the craziest thing in my life. And this is nuts. And I don't ever really tell this part of the story. So they threw me.
I never heard it.
They threw me on the ground. And when the cop threw me on the ground, I had so much adrenaline going, I busted a nut. It was all the excitement and all the crazy.
Is that a female cop, Lou?
I think it was a multiple cops, but I think the one might have been. But like the whole situation, I was like, from all the whatever, and that stuff really made it was really sexual. That was the whole reason I smoked crack. I used to smoke crack and get blowjobs constantly from dirty girls.
Everyone's somebody's angel.
So when you die, you'll be content. Is what you're telling us.
I think most people, when they should be looking forward to contentment when you're dead. And something beyond their wildest dreams. That's why I tell people don't.
You don't feel like you have anything left to do in this life.
Everybody. Well, if I could sum it up, my goal in life is to tell the world, stop being a cookie cutter. Think for yourself. Even if your parents or teachers say do certain things, you got to think of it yourself. Question it. First of all, how is this spending for me? Am I hurting anybody else? Am I just following this because I like to, or I don't like to, or what? But everybody has a purpose in life. And obviously suicide's the worst thing you can do.
So you not listening to your father made you a non-cookie cutter, basically?
No, not at all.
Well,
Really? He was right.
Lenny.
But you're just telling people to think for themselves and do what they want,
I
just like you
intend to
did.
speak to him one time, and we'll get it on film. And he's getting up there in age, but he's in great shape. So I do want to apologize to him.
So you want to at least do that before you die.
I think you should forgive him. Not apologize to him. You should forgive him. That's what you need to do. It's about forgiveness because you're holding on to this, Lenny. You've been holding on to it for a long time. You just got to forgive him for.
I don't want to imply that there's any guilt there because there wasn't. He could have been a little bit. I don't know. It's just.
But you got to let it go.
Life went so fast. It's just.
Yeah,
God, what a
exactly.
mistake.
Yes, it does.
What a mistake.
Yeah,
Get the
that's the
D1
same thing I'm
scholarship.
telling you.
I was 6'3" in high school. I was getting letters from Villanova. They actually said I was the next Howie Long. They envisioned me the
Oh,
next
you
Howie Long.
played on the D
defense
side?
lineman.
I thought you were an offensive lineman.
Played offensive defense, but my father taught me all the tricks. He goes, you don't look at the football being snapped. He goes, where's the initiate to move? The shoulder. He goes, look at that shoulder. Once that shoulder moves, he goes, you blow across that line. He goes, that tackle, that guard's not even there. He goes, you go right through him, and you hit that quarterback. And many times, even as a sophomore, I was knocking the ball out of the quarterback's hand before he's going to do a handoff. Many sacks, interceptions.
Pittsburgh?
Riverview Raiders. Yeah, back in Pittsburgh, yeah.
That's a football town.
Yeah, Western Pennsylvania, yeah.
Mhm.
My uncle and my brother were legends,
Maybe the old school days. I'm not much anymore.
No.
Now it's California, Texas, Florida. These little jitterbugs that move around a million miles an hour. That's what the sport of football is becoming. Speed.
Well, there's less contact, less practice. I hear stories.
Flag football.
Yeah, they don't wear equipment
Not like when we
anymore.
played.
I mean, not only that, my father would come to the practice after practice. He'd be in take off his suit coat from work, and we'd go at it right there. If he didn't like how I was practicing, he made me sprint more. Even the coaches said, "Hey, why don't you take it easy on him?" He did. He's, "Why don't you fucking make me Told the head coach that. Because don't you tell me how to fucking coach my kid. He goes, what major college you play for? He goes, you had an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer that said rookie end too aggressive?
Your dad was a DN?
Yeah, Andrew's got the article on his computer, the whole thing.
Oh,
I didn't see the whole article.
I'd like to see it.
Fucking front page.
I'll send it to you. Give me text me your email
You can
address.
send the whole thing because the Instagram only has bits and pieces.
Yeah, I have the whole thing.
There was some stuff he
This
told
is
me wasn't
Pennsylvania?
true.
Pennsylvania paper?
Yeah.
Or?
Philadelphia Inquirer, Philadelphia Eagles.
I got one when I was in college. It said D'Onofrio will tackle anything.
Great for contest prep, some T3 thyroid, which I started taking
great for research purposes.
Oh, Tadalfa, thanks a lot. These are your new labels?
That's the by research labels, yes.
Nice. Tadalafil, Cialis.
Liquid.
Never took this.
This is like Christmas time.
The Rad 140, is that the SARM?
I didn't have any 2866. We were out of it. So.
But this is the SARM that probably the best for muscle growth. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So
I've been reading.
I think when you asked me 2866, Rad.
Oh, thanks for the MK. Thanks a lot.
That's all for the muscle between your
MK
legs.
677.
Yeah, 677. Yeah.
Clan for contest prep, and I'm not going to overdose this year. I'm going to play. One thing I'll promise the maniacs: Fat Burners pre-workouts will be done one serving. And you know what? I think that caused some issues.
There's some peptides in there for you.
Oh, Lou, thanks. Jeez.
It's Christmas time. I feel like Santa.
Better than better than Christmas.
I'll have to give some of this shit a try.
Yeah, go sell it. Make yourself some money. Give it to the maniacs.
Oh, Lanitan, great.
I know that you wanted that one.
Yeah, I was going to call you. Mechano Growth Factor, RP6. Oh, thanks a lot.
That was all the stuff you used to come and see me for, and I don't see it anymore, Lenny, so I figured I'd bring you.
The NGF, never took it.
Yes, you have. MGF?
Oh, MGF, there's some NGF.
Yeah, MGF.
What's the MGF?
And
Mechano Growth Factor. It's like an IGF-1 variant. It's like one of those.
Yeah, it's a growth factor.
No, that's mine. Get out of there.
Same box, Lenny. They're
That's
all
my
duplicates. I gave.
Oh, thanks.
You all got the same box.